Well, good morning. It's Saturday, February 14th. It's a special day today. It's Arizona Statehood Day. Arizona was made a state on February 14th, 1912. Titanic sank on April 14th, 1912. There's no linkage there, but I find it coincidental. Anyway, ooh, look at that. Hello. An older Pontiac visiting my buddy. Wow, that's going to be a neat project. Okay, so anyway, where was I? So, being a romantic sort of fellow, I always buy the lady in my life a Valentine's card, and then I carefully use a yellow sticky to cross out Valentine's and fill in Arizona Statehood Day. They, of course, think this is hilarious. Or, yeah, maybe I think they might. Anyway. So, let's see. Arizona has, I don't know if you know, but Arizona is a Valentine state because of that. But we have three other nicknames. We are, of course, the Grand Canyon state because we have the Grand Canyon here in Arizona. No, it's not in Colorado. It has the Colorado River in it, but the Grand Canyon itself is in Arizona. We're also called the Baby State because we were the last of the original 48 contiguous states. New Mexico and Arizona were one large territory when it was cut in half. And they needed to have one slave state and one non-slave state, so they split the territory into two states, and each state became one of those two things. I don't know which one we were, and it doesn't matter, of course. But anyway, so Arizona was the last, the 48th contiguous state in the lower 48. And then, of course, we're also known as the Copper State because we have huge copper industry here, huge copper deposits. And I don't know if you know, but the Arizona state has a star. The state flag has a star right in the center of it. And people assume it's gold, but it's not. It's actually copper colored. So the Arizona state flag has a large copper colored star right in the middle of it. Okay, enough of this hilarity. This is my crib sheet. Let's see. Friday the 13th. Boy, fell on 13th. Wow. And a Friday, both. That's a heck of a deal. Okay, Saturday, February 14. What did the sock say on Valentine's Day? We make a great pair. That's actually cute. Okay. So, things to do today because I'm going to work out here in the garage. What am I going to do? I'm going to go ahead and install the electronic ignition system, and maybe even turn it over in Spark and set the initial timing. Why not? That can be done. I'm going to lift the seat off so I can get at the oil tank and look inside the filler with a flashlight and see if there's any sludge at the bottom of the tank. There quite often is. There's quite often 50 years worth of sludge at the bottom of the tank. If there is sludge at the bottom of the tank, I will take the tank off the bike and rinse it out and get rid of that sludge before I put it back in and put oil into the tank. Once the tank is ready for oil and I put oil into it, I'll make the remaining oil line that goes from the source into this pipe. That'll give me oil into the engine. At which time, once I make a crossover and have the electronic ignition system installed and set to the static initial setting, I could actually add gasoline and maybe see if this thing will fire up. So that's my plans for today. It's not extensive. I'm just going to put in a couple hours and see what I can accomplish. Yeah, that'll be a good Saturday. All right. That's about it. Yeah, that's good for the day. Okay, so this is cool. I took, 2 or 3 minutes and made a crossover pipe, so that's done. And I decided I really want to look inside that oil bottle, so I figured out how to take the seat off. It's held on by, we used to call them Zeus fasteners. It's a quarter turn fastener from underneath, and it's great. The seat just pops right off. The seat mounts are mounted right here. Now, for everybody who's worried about this center shock going up to this thin wall tubing, I think he's got it covered. That appears to be a solid slug of steel welded into the frame, and then this eyelet down here welded to the bottom of that solid steel insert. I'm not going to second guess it because it sure looks really good. Somebody's going to, everybody's got an opinion here, but I think he knew what he was doing, the guy who built this thing. I mean, seriously, that is some beautiful work. So I don't see any mechanical fault with it. So anyway, this is plenty strong. We're not worried about the thin wall tubing, thin wall frames anymore. He apparently took that into consideration. Okay, so now I've got this off. I'm going to take a look inside this oil tank and see what's down there. And I also figure out that I can put the rectifier assembly up under here. I don't see any problem with mounting it in here. That wheel will never reach it. And then put some sort of mud deflector on it. They're solid. Anyway, that's where we are. Just made a little progress here and had some interesting discoveries. Okay, so it's roughly 10 minutes before 2, and what have I done? I put the head steady on. I had to go down to my buddy Roger and get these 3 Allens because they were missing, and I was having a difficult time matching the threads with any of the nuts and bolts and stuff that I have. Turns out that somebody screwed up the threads, so once I got 3 from him that fit in a head he had, I brought them back here and found out, well, they're screwed up, but they're not that bad. So I made a thread chaser, and I chased the threads, and I put the new Allen bolts in here. I had three new nuts and bolts and washers here. Nicely, these were missing. Both of them were missing the spacer. So one I had in my bits and pieces. I have no idea why. It might come from my bike because I have a nice Colorado Norton Works head steady on mine, and the other one I made. I just made it. So let's see. I took these coils off, cleaned them all up, and bench checked them. They're good continuity through the terminals. Continuity to the center of the spark plug, no continuity to the shells, so they bench check okay. Static checking with an ohm meter. What else have I done this morning? I guess I got that, got this. I got the seat off. I dipped into the oil tank. It's amazingly clean. I'm not going to do a thing with it. So I am going to put oil in it. I'm going to make the oil line. It's 2 o'clock now. I'm going to try to get the oil line made. And I decided that, let's see, what else? Under here is a very logical place to put the rectifier regulator. Now, the client gave me 2 of these. They're Japanese, and there's absolutely no reason why they shouldn't work. And so I'm going to take one of them, and I don't know which one. Maybe this one. It looks nice. It's as good as any. And I will mount it underneath here, flush, like so. And then they can, if he wants to, he can extend this deflector down to protect it from road grime. But I mean, these things are just a lump. There's nothing that dirt, gravel, water, it's just a big lump. It can't be hurt by whatever this wheel throws up. But still, extending this shield down would probably be a good idea. It will be recommended, but it's too good a place to give up. This is just too big to try to put it somewhere else. So anyway, I'm going to put that there. And we'll see what I can accomplish other than that today. I've got the ignition black box. I've got the coils. All I have to do is pop in the other bits and I'll have that installed. So I'm going to take another half hour to an hour, do a little bit more work. Okay, well, it's 2:45 and I'm going to pretty much give it up. I'm done for the day. Now, the client gave me 2 of these Japanese rectifier regulators, this one and the one that I've already mounted on the bike under here. I decided that, well, I don't know anything about them. I don't know where they came from, whether they're supposed to be good or not. So I got out a variable AC, not a generator, variable AC regulator, regulated AC output. Whew. Okay, variable AC. Got to set to 0. And this is the Podtronics that I normally use for rectifier regulator on the bikes I work on. I've got it hooked up to the meter over there, and I'll just let you see that when I turn it on, it clips it right around 10, 12 volts. That would be the second line down on a 50 volt scale DC. We're using the second line right there, that 10. Okay, so it should be right up above that, and it'll hold steady. So let's turn on the power. And that's right where it's holding. See that? Now that's meter, and I can actually put a load on it with this test light. Okay, and it's holding it very nicely there, right about 10, 11 volts on this test setup. It's got it pretty well clamped. So this is only sort of semi-scientific. This is a lash up. But this one at least clamps it close to 10 volts. 10 volts, maybe a little more. While these let it go all the way up into the 25, 30 range. And I'm going to call them bad. I don't trust them. Matter of fact, I'm going to rephrase that. I cannot prove that they are bad. I can't prove that they're not bad. But I do know that I like these, I trust these, and under my test conditions here, it's doing what it's supposed to do. So I'm going to go ahead and install this one on the bike and give the client back the 2 Japanese ones that he gave me. These are obviously 3-phase with DC out on 2 different legs, which is kind of cool. But all you have to do with a 3-phase rectifier is cut one leg off and use the other 2. And if you look here, this one is a single phase, but sometimes they have a 3rd phase coming out that hole right there, and you can buy a 3-phase, cut it off, and use it just fine. I'll probably get an argument on that, but I don't care. So at this point in time, these guys are going back to the client, and this guy's going to go on the bike, and I'm calling it just about a day.